देख रहे हैं आकलन न्यूज टीवी।
Collaboration. A long-time champion of responsible business, Ms. Chatterjee has steered initiatives over the last decade that enhance India's global textile competitiveness through due diligence, sustainability. Her deep sectoral knowledge and policy acumen have strengthened India's voice in global. Co-produced an acclaimed documentary, Widows of Vrindavan, which won Best Documentary at Jagran Film Festival. Under her leadership, the organization has successfully advocated for widow inclusion and dignity, receiving widespread media attention and enabling widows to reclaim their rights and agency. Experiences. Passionate about artisanal processes and cultural storytelling, she collaborates with craft-based NGOs and fair trade organizations to co-create products that are both meaningful and contemporary. Her work bridges design gaps through shared agency, deep engagement with technique, and a commitment to reimagining tradition. Her acclaimed translations include teaching of the elders and the main ceremonies of the Khasis, preserve timeline of indigenous wisdom. As a fiction writer, her works like Shadow Men and Two Stories was a Tagore Literary Prize nominee, and Hill Songs of Love and Longing, longlisted for Valley of Word Awards, have been widely lauded for their lyrical depth and sensitive portrayal of life in the Khasi Hills. Her biography offers a compelling glimpse into socio-political history of Northeast and Bengal, while her essays featured in noted anthologies by editors like Ruskin Bond and Namita Copeland. And as a High Commissioner to Malta, a gifted storyteller, she is the author of the acclaimed Kar trilogy, a heroic fantasy rooted in Indian spiritual traditions, and her latest historical fantasy, Devdasi, explores ancient cultural narratives. As a Deputy Director General at ICCR and faculty at the Sushma Swaraj Institute, she has shaped cultural diplomacy and mentored future leaders. Her literary work, diplomacy and cultural insight have not only enriched India's narrative and present in abroad, but also inspired a new generation of creative and strategic voices. Insight. A graded AIR artiste and recipient of the Surmani title by Sursinger Samsad Mumbai, she is widely respected for her pioneering research on improvisation of Hindustani classical music, which bridges traditional practice and academic study. Her artistic depth extends to poetry and visual art, making her a holistic contributor to India's cultural heritage. Moshimi Chakravarti of Outreach and Communication, consistently shaping public discourse on national priorities. Under her leadership, All India Radio has expanded its digital reach, launched thematic channels, and revived cultural programming, reinforcing its role as a national voice. Her career reflects a deep commitment to transparent, ethical, and inclusive communication in service of the nation. Indian women to score an ODI century. She has set lasting benchmarks in women's cricket. Off the field, she will continue to shape the sports landscape as a commentator, author, and advocate for women in athletics. Her enduring legacy lies in breaking barriers and inspiring the next generation of athletes.
आप देख रहे थे जोगिंदर डोगरा के साथ कलम न्यूज टीवी।